So this is engineer Mark Luigi Rayala. So I work as review center instructor at Ingeniero Review Center, also a provincial engineer at DILG Pampanga, and also managing Master G Builders Construction Services. So here's the answer. As an instructor, actually, communication ability is very, very important. It's very, very crucial. Even if you are smart, even if you understand the principle or the lesson, absolutely, if you can actually deliver it to your students and how you understand it, we cannot call your teaching success. They cannot call your teaching success, right? So you can only deliver the lesson effectively to your students if you have this communication ability. So this is very, very important. So let's go on my work as a provincial engineer. If you are a provincial engineer and you cannot communicate effectively, you do not have the ability to communicate, how are you going to tell if there's something wrong with the project? How are you going to tell your local chief executive or your mayor within the municipality that, Mayor, there's something wrong with the project? How are you going to tell him that there's something wrong if you cannot actually communicate effectively? So everything will just fail if you cannot communicate effectively. And also, managing Master G Builders Construction Services, so you talk to different clients, you talk to different people, you talk to different porters. So you will remain stagnant if you cannot actually communicate. So no one will actually trust you if you do not speak, if you do not communicate with people. Clients will actually think that there's something wrong with you if you do not communicate with them. Let's go to imagine there are businessmen trying to learn Mandarin, the language of the Chinese Mandarin. We all know that most of the Chinese people are actually businessmen. So most of the business people who try to learn Mandarin so that they can actually communicate effectively, they can negotiate easily and smoothly with this Chinese. So that is why communication is actually a number one factor for business success, and even in other things. Even if you're going to New Zealand, people will not hire you for a job in New Zealand if you do not know how to learn their language. I think that is the Viking language. So this is how important communication ability to our daily lives, and even in our work, in our business. It is very, very important. So this is where the story of the Tower of Babel actually came from. Their goal is to build a very, very high tower that will reach the heaven. But they did not succeed. Why? Why these people who are trying to build the Tower of Babel did not succeed? Because God gave them different languages so that they will fail to communicate to each other. That is the reason why the Tower of Babel did not succeed.
The CEO of Chrysler once said, "You can have brilliant ideas, but if you can't get it across, your ideas won't go anywhere." So it is important for us to be able to achieve our goals. We need to develop that skill of communicating with others. John Maxwell have pointed out the 3 C's in order for us to master how to communicate. First is clarity. In order for us to connect with our audience, we have to keep our messages simple. Next is continuity. Sometimes we have to repeat our message in order for our audience to fully understand what we mean. And lastly is creativity. Different people have different learning styles, so it is for us to adjust on how do we communicate well for our audience to fully absorb what we intend them to understand.
Hi Hi, good morning or good afternoon. I am Elaine Grace Katu. Currently, I am working as a General Accounting Assistant here in Dubai for 3 years now. My sister gave me 3 questions about communication and success. And the first question is, how communication ability affects the way of success? For me, as an OFW living here in Dubai, communication has a big role in our everyday lives. We are communicating in different nationalities, in different languages. And for us here to know Arab country, English is not their primary language. So for us to communicate with them and to understand them, we need to learn their basic language as a respect to them also and to their culture and to gain their trust. So going back to the main topic on how it will affect the way of success. Being able to communicate with a variety of people in a variety of settings will help us more successful in our lives, in our daily lives, as long as you have the right skills. So, what are the skills that I'm trying to say? First one is respect. Respect has a big part in communicating people. Respect is, as I've said it before, you respect the people, the culture, by their position, by their age, so that it can give them the thought of kindness and they can trust you. They can trust you. Second one is be competent. Be competent in whatever you do, in whatever you say, so that your listener can communicate with you and can connect with you. Be also articulate in communicating with them. And lastly, be authentic. Be true to yourself. Open yourself to your listener. Open yourself to your colleague, to your friends, so that they can understand you, they can learn for you, they can give you their trust, they can give you their trust. Having all these skills can make us more competent and confident in whatever we do, which can, or in return, make us more successful in our chosen path or in our chosen career.
How the oral communication affect in your success? It is really affect the success of one individual on how he or she present his or herself, especially in oral communication. You must convey properly your statement when you are giving orders to the workers so that the works will have a smooth flow of operation. And when you are having a meeting with the client, you need to have a strong communication skill for them to believe that you can do what they need to achieve in the project.
Hi, my name is Frances Sunga and I am currently working as system analyst in a healthcare institution. How communication ability affects the way of success? For me, having good communication skills can help you achieve your target goal or can lead you to success. Because number 1, you will be able to lead your people if you can communicate. Second, you will be able to share your thoughts and ideas which will result new products or innovation. Third, you will be able to build strong relationships with others because you will be able to understand them and vice versa. And lastly, communication skills or ability is important because this will become one of your bridge to become successful. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Camille Mendoza and I am currently working as procurement engineer in a private water utility company. So, if you're gonna ask me how communication helped me or you become successful, so having good or strong communication skills aids all aspects in life. So either in professional life or in our personal life. So basically, in our case, all transactions result from communication. Good communication skills are essential to allow others and yourself to understand information more accurately, more precisely, and quickly. But in the contrary, if you are having poor communication skills, it will lead you to frequent misunderstanding and frustration. So what I want to tell you, I want to urge each and every one of us, especially to our future generation, to practice your communication skills. Don't be afraid, be confident in what you say, and on how to interact to other people. Bye!
Hi, I am Catherine Gargas Tolentino. I obtained my bachelor's degree in mathematics, major in computer science last 2016. I worked as human resource associate before, but now I am a full-time mom of my 2-year-old daughter. To answer the question how communication ability affects on the way of success. Actually, I wrote my answer on a sheet of paper so I can easily explain my thoughts about it. I hope it's okay. So here it goes. For me, communication ability affects on the way of success in all aspects of personal and professional life. Having effective communication skills is a key element of success because it can benefit your relationships towards people and strengthens the connections between a company and all of its employees, and also benefits businesses in numerous ways. Whether you're competing to get the job you want or to win the customers your company needs. Your success or failure depends on the large degree on your ability to communicate. Based on my own experience, if you learn to write well, speak well, listen well, and recognize the appropriate way to communicate in various business contexts, you'll gain a major advantage that will serve you throughout your career. Moreover, because your communication ability plays a key role in efforts to improve efficiency, quality, responsiveness, and innovations, your company ability affects your success while achieving your company's success. That's all. Thank you.
So number 2 is, did you have a communication breakdown in your work and how do you solve it? Yes, we do. We cannot avoid it. Here in the country that we have a language barrier, for us to avoid it or for us to solve it, understanding is the main or basic principle of communication. You understand the people who are talking and listen to them actively so that you can avoid the miscommunication. What are the different oral activities you do while you are studying and how do you prepare for it? Back then, when I'm studying, oral activities I do is oral defense, reporting, simulation, role play, brainstorming, and many more. We have a lot of oral activities that you do also. Maybe you do also in your schools. First that we are doing is gather information or study the context of the topic that given to us, and then gather information, gather ideas, and then we plan on how we execute our presentation so that our listener can be more interested in our topic. And sometimes I put some games so that it will not be kind of boring like that.
For the students that are now studying the oral communication, I can advise is to take it seriously because it will help you in your communication socially or in your work. Having a strong communication skill, you can express your message properly, professionally, or socially. You need to be a good listener, to be confident, to use body language and emotion properly to highlight the meaning of what you are saying, and you must speak clearly. That's all. Thank you.